Hi, you're watching the weekly technology report by financialmirror.tv. Proving rumors right, Apple unveiled the iPad this week, a device that looks akin to a large iPhone or iPod Touch. It sports a 9.7-inch LCD touchscreen display, which makes use of the same multi-touch technology found on the iPhone, Apple's Magic Mouse, and its notebook trackpads. It also has the same in-plane switching display technology that made its debut in the latest crop of iMacs. Along with a big screen, it's sporting a 1 GHz custom Apple chip. Apple says it can get 10 hours of video, which is about 4 more than the iPod Touch, and the same as the latest generation iPhone. This translates to a month of standby. The iPad weighs just 1.5 pounds. It can play back 720p HD video, though video output to external sources is limited to 480p. The device will come in 16, 32 and 64 GB capacities for $499, $599 and $699, respectively. That's just the Wi-Fi version though. Apple will also be selling a version of the iPad that includes both Wi-Fi and a 3G wireless modem built in. iPad users who want to make use of the 3G service, which is currently being offered by at&t, can pick up one of 2 plans for that. $15 a month for 250 megabytes of data, or unlimited for $30 a month. It also bumps up the baseline price of the device from $629 for the 16 GB up to $829 for the 64 GB. Enough with the boring stuff, let's see how and who it competes with. For many people, it's a safe bet that the iPad will not replace or preclude the purchase of a netbook. A quick look at the specifications and it's pretty obvious why. The iPad is definitely not a laptop. With no webcam, no multitasking, no HDMI port and no flash, it definitely is not a netbook. So you can't have a video chat or you can't run 2 things at the same time unless they come up with an application for that, just like they did for the iPhone. There aren't any USB ports on the iPad, which means no connecting cameras or other peripherals. And because there isn't flash support, your internet browsing experience will most likely be deteriorated. But specifications aside, here's the most fundamental difference. The iPad is what analysts call a purpose-built device. It does certain things very well, like watching videos, web browsing, e-reading and other things, not so well, or not at all. However, it feels great in your hand, the speed of the CPU is something to be marveled at, and the ebook implementation is about as close as you can get to reading without a stack of bound paper in your hand. With the launch of the iPad today, many have been proclaiming the death of ebook readers like the Kindle. Jobs unveiled a new content delivery system called iBooks. The new app features a virtual bookshelf with content from 5 major publishers. Apple said the iBook store will feature both popular books as well as textbooks. Bad luck, non-US countries. iBooks won't be available from launch in any country other than the US. Comparing it with the Kindle DX, Kindle's e-ink is easy to read even at the beach. The network is free, the books are relatively cheap, it's smaller and uses barely any power. The downside of the Kindle DX is that there isn't any support for movies. Now, there isn't a doubt that the iPad will really come into its own when developers get their hands on it, and we know that Apple will ultimately give you a good enough reason to buy the device. But for the vast majority of consumers, I think the case for the iPad has yet to be made. The question is, will you get one? That's it for now. Tune in next week for another tech update by financialmirror.tv.